Welcome back, Twitch and YouTube, to another Soy Boy Gamer stream. And this is coming right off of the heels of my last Remnant stream, like 20 minutes ago or something. In which case, I showed off the Root Doctor build that is still, who I think was originally came out by Sheen Shots. I don't know. That was where I saw it, I think, on YouTube. And that build has been around since like the start of the game. Still really good. And I think this one is pretty awesome too for Endgame when you're just grinding the Gauntlet boss rush. So you can see if you watch my other video, this is very similar, except it's a HUGS build. Because we love, we hug because we love. No, because it's Hunter Gunslinger with these two abilities, Bullet Storm and Hunter's Mark, Hunter being the primary class. Last time it was important that the Medic class was the primary and the Summoner was the secondary. This time it's important that the Hunter is the primary, because having Gunner as the primary doesn't really get you anything, especially when you've got Zero Divide, because I'm pretty sure its primary ability is something to do with ammo. But anyway, so this will just, I think it's just, yeah, dealing damage will extend Hunter's Mark. I'm pretty sure that's all it does. The fragment, you can see again, you don't need a fragment for this build, but we're just leveling up the one for our Root Doctor, and you can see we got a hefty amount of levels from just that one boss rush run, which is pretty awesome. Leto's armor again with the dull steel ring. This time we have Shielded Heart as our relic because we're using the rerouting cable and the generating band as our health, for our health, right, regeneration, because of course we don't really get any bonfires, any stones in boss rush, so it's important that we have that healing. Microcompressor along with Ingenuity on the bone saw will basically make it so that we never overheat, which is awesome. I'm using Hot Shot for increased range. Again, like, there's flexibility here, like if you wanted to use, probably not defrag, but corrosive or overflow, like I think those would work, but we probably do want something to buff this gun, because our damage is ranged primarily, and I like the way Hot Shot looks a lot better than the electric, which is mainly overflow, which is the main competitor, I think, when you're using it alongside Nebula, because Nebula, you've already got corrosive damage there. Shielded Strike on the sword. Again, like, I mean, these are flexible. Like, you know, the weapons are flex. And same if you didn't want to use Microcompressor. But this build is kind of a nice blend of damage and rings. I don't really think it does enough damage for Apocalypse, to be honest. I don't really think you would want to use this for Apocalypse. But for just blowing through the gauntlet on the casual difficulty on Survivor, I think it works. I think it works well. Probably not nearly as reliable as the Root Doctor build that I showed off, but still, I think pretty dope. I'm trying to figure out. Oh my gosh, my stream manager. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm pulling up Stream Manager for Twitch on my phone. Okay, so getting into the traits, it's unfortunate. Ammo reserve. We're using Zero Divide, so for infinite ammo, because I'm very reliant on Zero Divide. So it's unfortunate that Gunslinger comes with this, but whatever, because this just does nothing for us. Fortify, that's armor effectiveness. These are mostly the same as the Root Doctor. This didn't really change a whole lot. Long Shot comes with Hunter, really good for the ideal range on the weapon for, you know, consistent damage. Regrowth, health regen. Let's see, that comes, you have to have that, and endurance, that just comes with the classes, I guess. Vigor for health. I still like to be tanky, even when I'm using more of a damage focused build. And then I dumped my extra points into triage. I think healing effectiveness, I think the passive healing from the rings, I think that qualifies for triage. I really don't know. Bark skin, right? Just be tanky. Bloodstream, be tanky. Handling, this makes it so smooth with the weapon. You'll see with the bone saw. Lifesteal's great. Elemental damage resist. And I think that's it. Yeah. I think that's it. Let's try a run and see how it goes. I really don't know if I'm going to be good enough to get through a run, / if I'm going to feel like going through all 19. We'll see. We'll see. All 19 bosses and dungeons, because it's just a lot. My last stream was like an hour 45 or something. But this build is definitely, I think it's more fun. I mean, as you can see, like, I'm still using a lot of the same stuff, but like, look at that damage. I mean, this it's just so much fun. Of course, we're on Survivor, not Apocalypse, because it doesn't really, as I explained in the first video, and from just what I've researched, like what I've heard, it doesn't seem like it makes sense. It doesn't seem like it really makes any sense to play. What am I doing? I am screwing myself right now. I should have made sure the area was safe before I did that. I don't think it, again, I don't think it makes sense to play Apocalypse when you're just grinding XP for your what do you call them? What do you call those things? I keep forgetting. The new things they just added. Not fragments, not relic. Prism, your prism. When you're grinding the prism, I think it just makes sense to play the easiest difficulty and get through these gauntlet boss rush runs as quickly as you can. But yeah, you can see we just fire forever. I think it's probably a little overkill on the heat suppression with the micro compressor and the mod on the gun. It's really, again, this is just kind of like a comfort build, which are as I've stated, my favorite kind of builds. I don't like to, I like to remove factors entirely when I can. If I could remove getting staggered and reloading from the equation, you'd best believe I would get rid of those two. Because it's just really fun to hold the trigger down and just keep firing forever without having to worry about anything. But alas, we can't really control those factors. But we can control the heat suppression. So if you wanted just more damage instead of heat suppression, you could certainly swap those out, and it would be fine. I'm sure the build would still function. But especially with Gunslinger, like, you can see how fast we're firing. Like, the heat buildup is going to be pretty serious on the Bone Saw. You could use another gun, obviously, but I love the Bone Saw. It's fun. It's a good gun. And it's just good fun. Am I right? Big gun, big fun. That's what I always say. Let's do this thing. And there's something about just firing forever, which I think is just kind of hilarious. Like, firing is so fast forever. It's like, it's great, man. It's great. And again, we're not ever going to be as unkillable as the Root Doctor build that I played. Like, you can even just see, like, the damage I just took from that fall was ridiculous. Like, that was half, right? That was like half my health bar. So I probably won't make it through this whole thing. I mean, I guess we go for damage on this run, right? With Root Doctor, with all our bonuses, we were taking health and like health regen and damage reduction and all that, just to be as tanky as possible. But I think for this go around, we just go all in on damage, because we're already fairly tanky. And like I said, on my first stream, I think I got to like 16 out of 19 on this build. I don't know. I don't really know how far I made it, but I made it really far. and I think I ended up getting eaten by a boss, and that killed my run. You're still really tanky, and I think I was also messing around with some other combos. Like, if you want to swap out Hunter for like Challenger, so that you can get that the self res, like that's nice. But or you could go for like Handler, and the dog is awesome. The good boy is awesome because that cooldown is like 1.5 minutes, as opposed to Challenger's revive cooldown, which is like 10 minutes. The Challenger's revive is better because you don't need the dog and you don't use a relic, I don't think. Is this the guy that eats me? I think I keep running into this guy. He looks just like the boss that eats me, but I can't tell if it's the same thing. So anyway, you could swap Hunter out if you wanted, and you'd take a little, oh dude, yeah. You can actually get out of that getting eaten. The one in the boss fight that killed me, I don't know what the boss is called, but it was like 4 pillars. I want to say it's like 4 pillars in the arena, and there's like all these abs, and the boss has like that freaking massive like gaping mouth, and he just ate me. And it killed my run at 16. It was so sad. But yeah, no, Challenger or Handler are good alternatives to Hunter if you're okay with less damage and more reliability. This is the guy, yeah. So this guy ate me and killed my run earlier. And I was just kind of ignorant of this boss and like what he was capable of. So I just let it happen without putting up too much of a fight, but I don't think we're gonna have that problem this time. I'm interested to see the time difference on this run. Assuming I even make it. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this whole thing, but seeing the time difference between this versus the Root Doctor, I'm sure this is way faster, but and again, like, if you don't make it through the whole gauntlet, it's okay. I think I made it to 16 and I still got like 80,000 experience or something ridiculous, right? So you still get a ton of experience. I was saying on my other stream, when I beat the gauntlet with the Root Doctor, it's probably still worth it to just try and get through the whole gauntlet consistently, XP wise for farming. Oh dude, I think that's the attack that eats you. It's probably worth it for the completion bonus because it's like 50,000. It's like a lot of XP. So I don't know. But like, this freaking build is so much fun. Reduce skill cooldown, lightning. We'll go with max health. Apparently you can skip the bonuses if you don't like them. That's the point of being able to skip them, so that you can wait for... I didn't pick up the chest there at the end. You can skip them to try and roll on the next boss or whatever for like bonuses that you want more. But I don't know. I think when you see like stuff that just makes you do more damage or makes you tankier, like, I feel like that's just worth it. I don't know. Even on this build where like I'm not really prioritizing tankiness. I'm still really tanky, but the priority is more so like ranged damage, you know? But just so much fun. Like, Root Doctor is amazing. It's so good as a build, but this build is, like, in my opinion, just like way more fun for grinding this endgame stuff, because like you're putting out lots of damage, and it's just like you're shooting this gun so fast, and you just don't have to worry about overheating or reloading for so long. I don't know if it's possible to overheat with the microcompressor and this mod. I think maybe if you yeah, this is fine. I think maybe if you use like one of these abilities, I think the Gunslinger ability just reloads your gun. If you like if you blow through almost your whole mag, and then maybe you just use that ability real quick instead of reloading manually, maybe you could overheat. if you just continue shooting after that, but I don't think I've ever overheated with the microcompressor and the mod. I just don't think it's happened ever. This boss is only number 3. I think it gets harder as you go along. Maybe not. Maybe it's like if this boss were to come around at like 16 as opposed to 3, like would it be like way harder then? I don't know. Forgetting to use all my crap. I should be using all this stuff during boss fights to be as efficient as possible. But like, look at the damage. It's awesome. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't know if it gets harder as it goes along, or if it matters, like, if it actually matters when you encounter each boss, or if it's just total RNG if you're gonna hit a harder boss earlier or later. I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited to watch these 2 streams back to back and just see how much faster I'm killing stuff with this build, because like you can see it just like really, I mean, you're really mowing through their health bars. It's so awesome. Uh-oh. The build crafting in this game is freaking awesome. Like being able to be super tanky and still do awesome damage like this is like just so satisfying. Not on Apocalypse. Like like if you're gonna play HUGS on Apocalypse, you should probably build for more damage and less tank, because I don't think if you try to do both, I don't think it'll go well on Apocalypse. But yeah, we're gonna go with healing. But when you're just grinding it out on casual in the end game, like you're supposed to, I think this build rocks. Not enough. Another thing, I don't know if I've talked about this on stream before, but not enough games give you awesome build options for like guns specifically. And I was talking with Soy Slurp the other day about, and he made fun of me because like, you know, gamer hashtag like gamer problems, right? But like, I feel like not enough games give you the ability to like build guns either, you know? I can think of a couple, like Fallout 4, the Metro games, they let you build guns. When I say build guns, I mean like customize all the parts and everything. I think that is such an awesome, this is annoying, feature in games. It's like so much fun, you know? And I don't think enough games let you do that. Another thing that I love that Fallout 4 did in that one DLC, we'll go with critical hit damage. Yeah, we're trying to blow through this fast, right? And it seems like we're going through it really fast compared to the Root Doctor run. Holy crap. This feels way faster. But another thing I loved that one of the Fallout 4 DLCs let you do was like build a robot. Do you want to build a robot? Guess I want to build a robot. And dude, that DLC freaking rocked. I think it was the called the Automaton DLC. Oh my god, I had so much fun building like a huge tanky robot that had like the massive 4 legs and it couldn't get through doors. So I ended up putting him on like the tank treads instead. Dude. Giving him like the giant like miniguns that shot explosive rounds or whatever. Like, dude, that was great. Kind of reminded me of like Moe's from Borderlands 3, which I also played recently. Replayed recently? Yeah, I felt like this guy, I mentioned this on my last stream, I felt like this guy gave me way more trouble on this build when I tried fighting him earlier today. But it seems like he's taking a lot of damage. A lot more damage than I remember. Oh, I thought my mod there was fully charged, but it wasn't. This is a little more of a stressful boss with this build than Root Doctor, because he's, as you can see, like this closing ring of fire, it forces you to fight him up close, and this build isn't really made for being right next to the enemy. So I don't know how I feel about this, but I don't know. We're still really tanky, so I don't think it's going to be an issue. The cursed only goes up to 5, which is fabulous. It would be crazy if it just if you just continued getting hit and it eventually just took your whole health bar away. Like, that would kind of suck. I'm happy that's not the case. Titanfall, I mean, another amazing example of building a giant robot like a mech. I guess you don't really build your robot there. You just choose some of its abilities. Titanfall 2. Titanfall 1, you had actually probably a little more customization over your robot. Building robots, building guns, building ranged damage builds with guns. Like, I just think not enough games do this. Like, this is so cool, right? It's like, Remnant is just like awesome. It's like one of those games that's like, there's just the freedom of the build variety is so satisfying. Like, when you find something that is really fun or that just works really well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and like the idea for, like, obviously, like, my Root Doctor video was almost completely just came from that one, from like Sheen Shot's video of it. And then I made my own little modifications that just for comfort, like for stuff that I prefer. But this HUGS build is a combination of like several ideas that I've found, like the ring to like roll and get shields, and the other ring to get healing off of that, and then like the micro compressor plus the mod plus bone saw, so that you're just firing forever. I just find it's like so much fun on a HUGS build. Like, it's just so cool. Like, even if you're finding builds online, you can still like modify them in ways that like changes them pretty significantly while still fundamentally like being a HUGS build, right? But like, we're just so much more tanky, and like we're just putting out like so much, we're like putting so much firepower out like so fast. It's just awesome. Like, not enough games like let you just go completely nuts with like a build like this, you know? I really, really, really appreciate the devs for giving so much freedom to the player, right? Without being like overwhelming either. I think some games kind of freak me out with how much like how many options there are while you're like you know, leveling up and building your character. One example is like it's like that Diablo Exile, Path of Exile, right? I want to get into that game at some point, but like the skill tree is like mind-blowingly large, and I'm like, I don't even think I want to read all of the skills and like pathways and whatever to take. It's just so massive. It's like ridiculous. So I appreciate, like, I feel like this game is like such a beautiful blend of like simple concepts that add up into like really satisfying build variety. Like, it doesn't feel overwhelming and it doesn't feel restrictive. It feels like just right to me. I don't think a lot of games get the build crafting this right. I mean, this is like one of the best build crafting games I think that is out there. I'm someone, if you've watched my stuff before, like, you know, I'm someone who likes to kind of min-max in my own way. I find it like really satisfying when I can find a build that like is just what I'm looking for. I think Dark Souls, obviously, like, Dark Souls is one of those games, right? That's like, you can just do so much with your build to make it like special, unique, to make it kind of your own. And even if it's like technically not, it wouldn't be meta or recommended, like you can still make really viable builds based on kind of your personal preferences. Like for example, like this build, like is using a ring slot to to mid-roll in this the heaviest armor in the game. Is that really quote unquote optimal or like meta? I don't know. But I want to wear the heaviest armor, and I don't want to compromise on that. And the fact that there's a ring that can allow me to do that, even if it's a fairly significant sacrifice of a ring slot, and my stamina cost is still really high, being able to mid-roll with the heaviest armor is awesome. So I'm happy I'm able to, I'm really, like for me, I'm like really happy I'm able to do that. So yeah, I just don't think enough devs like really think about the player experience that way, in terms of just like giving you all these options to work with. Oh my god. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Again, I did not check my surroundings before because once you're in that bonus thing, you can't get out until you choose a bonus, from what it seems like. So I just, I get a little too excited. And I check it while there's enemies attacking me, which is just awesome. Okay. What is happening? But yeah, the thing that like the ring combo of rolling to get shield and also getting really good health regen is fabulous for this build. And I feel like it works maybe even better with the mid-roll ring that lets me roll with the heavy armor, and just makes it, and just keeps the normal stamina costs for doing stuff as a heavy. Like I feel like that ring combo works really well, because you can see I'm just getting like tons of shield. It's like guaranteeing that I'm using like a buttload of stamina and just getting and proccing that shield ability really, really effectively. Okay, so yeah, let's do this. Do we ignore this guy? We'll just go for the big one? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Look at that damage. It's good. It's good damage, I'm telling you. On casual difficulty, it's pretty awesome. The build is fun. Can we kill him before he goes back? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yeah, that was way faster. That was way faster than my root doctor. Critical hit damage by 40, weak spot damage by 10. Healing orbs. I guess we'll go with that. It's all pretty good. I think we have all 5 of our bonuses. Yeah, we do. And they're pretty good, too. They're pretty good. The weak spot orb thing is a little lame. I would rather just have, like, healing effectiveness or whatever. On kill abilities, never been a huge fan of those. I don't like things that are that conditional. I would rather just have more health, better heal, effectiveness, better damage in some way. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers, am I right? Boom, boom. Oh my god! Dude, I didn't see it. I did not see it. Oh my god, that was so good. Wow. That's so upsetting. Dude, It's so upsetting. Oh my god. Whatever. I'm gonna try again. Do I restart the stream to make it another episode? Yeah, I think I will. Dang, dude. Got a couple new something. All right. Yeah, I'll take it. Oh, that's so annoying. That's so annoying. I feel like that shouldn't be a thing. I don't know. Do you feel like that should be a thing? Where you just fall off and die in the middle of your gauntlet boss rush? Whatever. Lame, anticlimactic, but kind of funny at the same time. I'm gonna restart this stream and just call it episode 2. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because we're already at a half hour. Which I think was still pretty fast for like 6 bosses or whatever. God, this build is addicting, dude. This is so fun. Like, this one is so much fun. I'll be right back.